Good afternoon. My name is Sarah Gideon, and outside of my role of being a mother to my 3 children, it is my greatest honor and privilege to serve as Speaker of the Maine House of Representatives, alongside these wonderful people, my colleagues, Maine Democratic Caucus. Together, we represent thousands of men and women across the state. We are teachers and small business owners. We are nurses and town managers. We are doctors and loggers. We are craft brewers and more. We represent the diversity that makes our state so special. But at the end of the day, we are, most importantly, Mainers. We have a duty and a responsibility to fulfill here every day. We take that very seriously. And right now, and at the heart of our service to our state, we are tasked with the enormous responsibility of crafting a budget that honestly reflects both the current fiscal situation and our very real challenges and our very real opportunities at this time. Part of that responsibility has meant vetting the proposal that was offered by the administration. It meant hosting public hearings. It meant listening to Mainers whom the proposed budget would impact. It meant digging into policies that were presented, and it meant talking to experts and stakeholders. And here's the thing. The more we learned, the more it became apparent that the current proposal for a budget is simply not reflective of our state or of our people's needs. The current proposal fails to fund education. It makes unnecessary cuts to economic development, to agriculture, and it fails to take care of those who can't take care of themselves. In essence, it creates false choices. It doesn't reflect the reality of our current economic situation. And the truth is, we couldn't just sit by. We couldn't just say no either. Instead, we went one step further. We created an outline for Maine's comeback story. We created an opportunity to succeed, and that's what we want to share with you today. Mainers deserve a budget that reflects the best things about our state and our people. We are resilient and hardworking as Mainers, absolutely. But we're also practical and smart and innovative too. We know how to come together to solve problems. And we understand that these problems are bigger than this budget and bigger than the next 2 years. Maine Democrats know this. We have a bright future. It's one where an 8-year-old kid in Frenchville is getting the same excellent education as a 3rd grader in Yarmouth. It's one where a young working mom in Dover-Foxcroft has the opportunity for excellent safe childcare, the same as a mom in Thompson would. It's one where a fisherman in Jonesport can have access to opioid treatment that's as effective as what his fellow boatmate might find at Operation Hope in Scarborough. It's a future where we acknowledge that the ticket to the middle class is no longer a lower skill, higher wage job. Where we prioritize the education and training that Maine people and Maine businesses need desperately. Where we embrace today's technology and set our state and its people up for success by building the infrastructure that both allows jobs to be built right here in Maine and allows people to live here even while they work anywhere across this country. It's this Maine that will adapt itself to today's reality and tomorrow's economy, that will give people the security and the freedom they need to prosper, and that will ultimately build jobs not just in Cumberland County, but out into the heart and soul of our state and our rural communities. The problems we need to solve, make no mistake, are bigger than this budget. They are bigger than this legislature. They are bigger than this administration. The opportunity agenda that we present to you today is a transformational plan for Maine's economy. It pulls people together and it puts Maine families first. Our budget does cover current services. It also makes new investments in our state and its people. We do this while rejecting unnecessary cuts that are in the current proposed budget, and we do this without proposing to raise another tax dollar. It's this investment that we pledge to make in Maine people and Maine's future. We think its rewards will be felt today, tomorrow, and for years to come. Today we offer the opportunity to pass the largest property tax cut in Maine's history. For years, Maine's tax system has given more to those who need it least, while providing less to local communities and homeowners. Property taxes have skyrocketed, and communities have tried to cover the costs of education and other essential services. These ballooning property taxes are tearing communities apart. We all feel it, no matter where we live in this state. Democrats are dedicated to restoring tax fairness on this front and providing the largest property tax cut in Maine history. Today, we also offer the opportunity to build today's economy, grow tomorrow's jobs, and support the everyday people who choose to build their businesses and to stay in Maine. Maine's economy has begun to recover from the Great Recession, but those gains have not been felt equally by everyone or everywhere in the state. Instead of growing together, we're increasingly in danger of growing apart. We will not let that happen. The fact is, good-paying jobs in teaching, in construction, in manufacturing, in hospitality, and even in more industries than those are facing critical workforce shortages. What a crazy problem to have. By working with Maine's community colleges, we're funding vocational training that will put people to work as soon as they graduate. And by investing in ourselves, we're supporting the entrepreneurs who are starting the businesses that will hire Mainers for years to come, while also putting Mainers to work today, building the roads and bridges and digital infrastructure that we need for a strong economy. Today, we offer the opportunity to educate our students. We all know this. To thrive in the 21st century, our kids need early childhood development. They need a modern, fully funded K-12 system. And they need access to post-secondary options, whether it's university, community college, vocational schools, or apprenticeship programs. It's estimated that by 2020, 66% of jobs will need a post-secondary degree of some sort. Our plan makes this a reality. That's why the Opportunity Agenda establishes the Maine Promise. There aren't enough educated applicants in the workforce to build a new generation of technically complicated jobs. The Maine Promise tackles two issues simultaneously, both entry into post-secondary education and retention and completion. Democrats are committed to creating a pathway that makes sure that people can start school, stay in school, and complete a degree. By investing in our community colleges infrastructure, by launching a last dollar scholarship, and by supporting existing Smart Start programs, we do all this. Today, we offer the opportunity to move forward with policies that value all Maine families. For us, family values means value of families. All Maine families should be provided the opportunity to prosper in our great state. And we will not accept any proposal that pits one group of people against another. Instead, we aim to invest in Mainers, resulting in healthier communities, stronger families, and a thriving economy. Our budget does this. It increases home health services for our aging parents and grandparents. Maine's long-term care system allows for the right care at the end of life, at the right time and in the right setting. But access and quality are threatened if we don't have enough caregivers. And right now, caregivers can barely afford to show up and do their jobs. Our budget turns the tide on Maine's growing rate of child poverty by giving parents the tools they need to get and to stay in jobs. It ensures that children have food on the table and a roof over their heads. It makes sure those same children have safe care while their parents are working. 17% of Maine kids are living in poverty. In a place like Piscataquis County, it's 30% of kids who are living in poverty. It's not acceptable today that any child is living in that situation. But make no mistake, the ramifications of this kind of poverty will have effects long and far and wide on our entire state. We cannot afford to do any less. Our budget increases veterans' access to mental health care and invests in shelter for female veterans and supports giving military members credit and workforce training programs. This is the least of what we can do to support them. Finally, there's one other topic that we must address and can't ignore. When one Mainer a day is losing their lives to the devastating disease of opioid addiction, we cannot look away. This crisis is claiming too many lives, more than car accidents, more than breast cancer. Ultimately, we know there are bigger solutions on the horizon. Things like Medicaid expansion, which have the opportunity for the best and most direct impact on this crisis. But in the meantime, we set aside money knowing that our colleagues in their policy committees and through the opioid task force will be bringing us solutions. Today we presented you with a clear choice. Democrats dare all of us in Maine to take a step into the future, to dare us all to be great together, and to provide real opportunity. We must capitalize on our natural advantages, deliver quality services. We must invest in ourselves and in Maine's future. If not us, then who? And if not now, then when? This is the future our children deserve. We know that's what Mainers want, and we intend to deliver. I'd like to welcome my friend and my colleague, Senator Troy Jackson, to talk to you about the Opportunity Agenda and the Senate Democratic Caucus as well. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. It really is an honor to be here with my House and Senate Democratic colleagues to talk about our budget, our priorities. I do mean it's ours, something that we all have worked on and believe in wholeheartedly. My name is Troy Jackson, and I want to tell you about where I'm from. I spent my entire life in northern Aroostook County. Since I was a young man, I've been working in the woods like my father before me. My son works in the woods to this day. He's the sixth generation in our family to cut wood for a living. In my community, people don't put on airs, they don't pretend to be anything that they're not. They don't have big egos. They don't try and pull wool over your eyes. What you see is what you get. And we all know, each and every one of us, that we'll be there for each other when it matters most. People in Aroostook County work hard. They're known for their independence, but they care deeply about each other, and they take care of one another. Community, to them, isn't just a feel-good word. It's the knowledge that all of us are in this together, that our fates are intertwined. When you're from a small town in a rural area, you know you just have to live with your neighbors. Oftentimes you survive with your neighbors. The people in my community know right from wrong. They know what's fair and what's not. They know that hard work should be rewarded fairly, and that those who mistreat others should face consequences. That those with power and authority shouldn't benefit at the expense of those who don't have that power. That an economy and a political system should equip all of us to prosper and thrive, not stack the deck in favor of the wealthy and the powerful elites. Right now, if you ask any one of my neighbors in Aroostook whether those basic values are being observed in our state, I'm positive they'll tell you no. They tell you that somewhere along the line, things get mixed up. Things are out of balance. And that regular, hard-working people just can't get ahead. They don't feel like they have a voice. But I honestly believe the Aroostook County values are the same as the people of Maine's values. And we need to honor them. That is why I'm proud to stand here today with a budget that I believe reflects the best things in our state. Now I know that our budget is going to be compared side by side with the one that the governor put forward a couple months ago. So I want to directly address the different visions from our state contained within each plan. The governor's budget would continue to drive property taxes through the roof, putting more and more families and seniors at risk of being priced out of their home. It ignores the will of the voters by cutting funding for our schools. And it perpetuates economic inequality by giving huge tax cuts to the rich, paid for by increased taxes and decreased services for everyone else. It ignores the undeniable need for affordable health care by taking health insurance away from thousands of vulnerable families. In almost every imaginable way, the governor's budget serves the interests of the wealthy and the powerful, while leaving the rest of us in the dust. It ignores the opening we have to expand opportunity for Mainers like my neighbors. In fact, I truly believe it puts them further behind. Instead of giving giveaways to the rich, our budget serves working class people and communities across this state. It includes the largest property tax relief effort ever in Maine history, so that more Mainers can be secure in their homes. And it fully funds education by making the rich pay their fair share, just like voters demanded, and provides meaningful student debt relief for thousands of Maine families across this state. It rejects cruel cuts to health care that will only hurt Maine families, and it prioritizes jobs and economic growth with smart, targeted investments in our infrastructure, community college, and innovators and entrepreneurs who are ready to build a strong economy here in Maine. And ladies and gentlemen, we do all that without unnecessary cuts and without raising one single penny in taxes. The problems our state faces are bigger than any budget. They're bigger than the governor, and they're bigger than the assembly of lawmakers standing before you today. But the time to start solving those problems are now. Today, we have the opportunity to start climbing our way back toward a world where the regular, hard-working Mainer has a shot at a good life. We have the opportunity to make real investments in our future. And we have the opportunity to restore fairness and restore Maine's economy to everyday Mainers. The governor's budget is a great deal for the chosen few. The opportunity to change the budget is one that works for all the rest of us. Thank you. Appreciate you being here today.
Thank you very much for being here. All these folks are going to be headed to committee, but Senator Jackson and I will be available in my office in about 10 minutes to answer any questions.